All right, man, peace. So for you brothers that follow the NBA, you'll know that one of the best feel-good stories thus far has been the rise of the Brooklyn Nets. They've been playing exemplary basketball over the last month and a half or so. They have one of the best records in the NBA over the last month and a half. And I have to give credit to that snitch, D'Angelo Russell. He's really been balling, especially this season. Spencer Dinwiddie has been playing great basketball. That young center that they have, Jarrett Allen, he's been commanding the paint defensively like very few players in the NBA. And despite the catastrophic injury of Mr. Karis LeVert, they've been able to transcend that. And they are a threat to challenge for one of the top 4 or 5 spots in the Eastern Conference for the playoffs. That is in contrast to what we've seen from the New York Knicks, who've been struggling as usual, trying to maneuver themselves into a high lottery draft pick to potentially take either R.J. Barrett or Zion Williamson. So we'll see what happens. I'm a firm believer that Magic Johnson still has his eyes out for the current coach of the New York Knicks, David Fizdale.
I've been wanting to talk about the Nets for a few days now because they've been playing really well. They have won 5 in a row. D'Angelo Russell's been cooking, all tied for the best record in the NBA for the past month and a half. 6 weeks is a long time. That is a good sample size. And they did just lose Spencer Dinwiddie to a thumb injury. He can still tweet, though, I noticed last night. So,
he's a good tweeter.
Clearly he's an excellent Twitter follow. But Scottie, the Nets have been showing out. Do you think if you're a free agent this summer, you are paying attention to that, and Brooklyn is a more attractive free agent destination than Madison Square Garden?
Absolutely, because they're run better and they have a coach that comes out of the Popovich system. And it seems as if the team has started to embrace many of the tenets that have been taught to them. Winning is a habit just like everything else. And once they become accustomed to winning, now they know how to win. They know how to play winning basketball. And I do believe that they're going to land a major free agent in the offseason. They're going to land somebody. The Brooklyn Nets are going to surprise people.
I would say that the Brooklyn are playing better. Russell is starting to turn the corners and show signs of being an all-star. But
once again, I have to give D'Angelo Russell a lot of credit. I thought his career was over when the Lakers got rid of him.
Talking about 2 bad franchises. We're still talking about 2 teams that are going to be in the lottery. So,
yeah, what did Brooklyn do to you, Scottie? Scottie said we're still talking about 2 bad franchises. We're still talking about 2 franchises that are going to be in the lottery. So, Scottie, are you saying that the Brooklyn Nets are not going to make the playoffs? Is that what you're trying to say? Let me wind this back a little bit.
So, show signs of being an all-star, but you're still talking about 2 bad franchises. You're still talking about 2 teams that are going to be in the lottery. So, I'm going to flip a coin. I hope it don't come down.
Yo, Scottie's on one with this one. Come on, man. You got to give Brooklyn a little bit more credit than that, but I like that line. I'm going to flip a coin and hope it don't come down.
Luis Scola.
Wow.
Remember Luis Scola?
I do.
Luis Scola told me years ago, he played for the Nets for years, he said, if they ever get talent here, stars are going to look hard at this place because it's one of the happiest places I've ever been.
Absolutely. In Brooklyn, you're going to have a lot of those bohemian white people there smoking weed and wearing their flannel shirts and their denim shorts, and they're going to make your life very, very happy. Anybody who knows about that hippie environment, especially in certain parts of Brooklyn, players love it there.
And the practice facility is amazing. The organization's amazing. They have talent now.
Yeah.
And I've talked to agents in the last couple of weeks, including agents who represent marquee players, who have told me, we're starting to notice a little bit. Like, they got something cooking over there. I think my guy might actually kind of like what they, if push came to shove, I think he might actually take a meeting at least.
Yeah.
They're getting some buzz. I think a lot of players actually would look at them over the Knicks right now.
Absolutely. They're going to land a major free agent. Brooklyn's going to land somebody.
Not everyone, because the Knicks are the Knicks and will always be the Knicks.
Right. Well, Scottie, there's the perception that some guys really want the spotlight. They want the pressure like Madison Square Garden brings, and some guys don't. Is that true? Is that true that to me, if you've made it in the NBA, if you have fought and clawed your way to the degree you have to make it in this league, you must be okay playing with pressure. But do you think some guys would kind of prefer the Brooklyn scene a little bit more?
Rachel Nichols, there's levels to pressure. There's a difference between forcing your way into the NBA through hard work, determination, and then being in a situation where it's the common belief that you're expected to win a championship. There are NBA players and then there are championship level players. And the main disparity between those two type of players is how focused they are on being the absolute best. Like the work that Steph Curry does. There are people who go to work with him just to see what it's like to be a championship level player. Luka Doncic went to go work out with Steph Curry before the season. And he had a very difficult time keeping up with the drills that Steph Curry was doing. There are many players in the NBA, and there's a big difference between being a championship level player and a regular player.
Guys really love playing on the big stage. They love the pressure, but sometimes you need someone to go along with you to handle that pressure. And for the Knicks and for the Brooklyn Nets, they just haven't got a group of superstars, you know?
Right.
You at least need two.
Right, so KP
And
needs some help, is what you're saying.
Would be great, yes. And so until those teams start to show that they can compete, then it's going to be difficult.
hard.
I mean, Porzingis is a great player, but if he never gets any help, then he'll go down like Carmelo.
Well, first off, Porzingis is not a great player. And he's had nowhere near the career that Carmelo Anthony has had. I'm not quite sure how old Porzingis is right now, probably about 22, maybe 23. But his career is not trending towards having anywhere near the career that Carmelo Anthony had.
I think that's one of the attractive things about Brooklyn that you're getting at, though, to players, that it has all the benefits of living and playing in New York without MSG, without all of the pressure that comes with playing.
Once again, I can completely understand why players would love living in that Brooklyn environment. Certain parts of Brooklyn are becoming extremely exclusive, very similar to certain parts of Manhattan. So if you're a player and you like a cultured lifestyle, Brooklyn is going to be the place for you.
That kind of comes on top of it. I don't know. I just don't know if I ever buy about any of these guys. Oh, they just don't want it. I don't know if you can not want it and have made the NBA.
Once again, Rachel Nichols, there are different levels to want it. There's Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant want it. And then there are lower level players that want it. They just want to be in the NBA.
Coming up, Scott.
But anyway, that's basically it on that. We'll see how things go for the Brooklyn Nets. They have been one of the best stories so far this season. So will they be able to make the playoffs? Scottie Pippen certainly does not think that they will. I do believe that they will make the playoffs, especially with Indiana falling out. I think that Indiana, they may fall completely out of the playoffs. Who the hell knows? But Brooklyn, in my view, will definitely make the playoffs. I like how they're coached, and I like their basic basketball tenets. So peace.